Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Good for Us. I'm so excited about this one because we were talking offline and I realized that my cleaning product habit is pretty toxic, surprisingly, for the style that we lead. It's the one area that I find I tried the natural stuff and at the time the products were great or whatever. Like I just haven't settled on a suite of natural cleaning products that I love. So I'm excited to hear y'all's recommendations because I definitely need to clean up my cleaning life. Maybe we'll start with my 2 things that I think are healthy, which y'all are probably gonna look at and be like, "Probably not." But the one thing I use that I consider healthy, which it probably isn't, is Mrs. Meyer's cleaning sprays. And, I think they were super healthy. They're like the plant-based cleaning products, but then I believe SC Johnson or someone like that bought them, so not really sure if they still are, but I like the fragrances, so I use those. I even use, like, the room refresher on fabrics for, like, because do have a dog. And then my other only natural cleaning thing is a veggie wash. So,
Does that even count?
I don't know. I don't know if it's count it. Won't count it. And then the most toxic thing, though, that I do wanna break up with, and I haven't figured out a good solution, is the Cascade dishwasher pods. Just they
One
it's
of
like
my
plas
clean things is dishwasher stuff, so I'll give you an idea.
Okay, I'm excited.
Oh.
I'm so excited to hear y'all's suggestions because I need help.
Wait, first, I wanna know 2 things.
Mhm.
One is, what is it about them that you like?
Well, it's efficacy and ease, honestly. I bought the Grove Collaborative concentrate, and I literally it sat in my counter, and just never put the water in and made the mix. Like, I ended up forgetting about it and then buying a bottle of Mrs. Meyer's surface spray instead. Like, I don't know what it is, what kind of mental block there is there.
It's just convenience, it sounds like, right? Like, you like to just something you can grab, throw in, turn on.
Honestly, it's like the quick run to Target, you pick up a 2 bags of cleaning products and that's that, and I find some of the products that are really the natural alternative is elbow grease. So, like, if you're talking about like a bathroom foam, the alternative is vinegar and baking soda and you scrubbing your bathroom tub. And it's like
Yeah.
sometimes you don't have 45 minutes to dedicate to scrubbing a
Yeah.
bathtub. You just wanna spray it down and rinse it off. So, I'm excited to hear what you guys have found that's worked.
Well, my second question before we get into our recommendations is for everybody, and that's, do y'all ever have somebody that comes over to clean your house for you, or do you do it all yourself? And if they come over, do they bring their own products or do they use yours?
Well, that's the worst part is they use she and I discuss it and, like, she has products that she likes, so I'll make sure to have those in stock for her, but, like, I'm sure if I said, "Oh, hey, like, I'd really rather use this other product," she'd be fine with it, but I feel like part of me is, like, because she uses this product, she knows it works, and it's easier for her, I'm, like, not so willing to, like, force the natural stuff issue, I guess.
How about you, Lena? Does
I
somebody
I
clean your
do
house?
have somebody that comes over to clean, and when I talk about what I use, like, I'll tell you what she uses, but she only uses what I have here. Like,
Oh,
I
cool.
don't I'm so particular that I just don't want it, and she's totally fine with it, and it's because it works. Like, it's so easy and it's so simple to do it the way that I want it. Like, I can't imagine that she's never say anything about it.
That's cool. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
always wondered because my mom uses Mrs. Meyer's products, Amy,
Mhm.
but for a while she was having someone clean the home and she would never ask them to use products. The woman would bring her own and they were all kind of your kind of stereotypical cleaning products that you can get anywhere. And I would actually I'm really sensitive to smells, and
Mhm.
that's one of the big reasons I like natural products is they tend to be made with gentler ingredients, and I don't feel like a respiratory impact on them. And when I would be at my parents' house after the cleaning lady, I would have to leave or shut the doors or something because the smells really bothered me.
Yeah.
I would always ask my mom, like, "Why doesn't she just use your natural products?" And my mom didn't really have a good reason for it. So I didn't know if it's like offensive to a cleaning person to be like, "Use my products only." You
Maybe
know?
that's part of it, Whitney. Like, I feel like because I didn't grow up with the cleaning, like, I mean, part of my life, yes, part of my life, no. Maybe that's part of it. It's like I feel like she's the expert in her field and I respect her job. and she knows what works. And so she'll, it's not like she's using stuff that's really, super toxic. It's definitely the milder version of the run of the mill cleaning products. And the same thing for me, like I like my home to smell a certain way. So the products that I use are very specifically curated to not be so noxious with the fragrances and the odors. And we open all windows when she comes.
Well, in Texas, you cannot open your windows almost all of the year. So I do miss about living in California. I mean, I feel
Wait,
like
why not?
The
Because
weather
it's
is
too
the
hot?
weather, it's like super hot,
Oh.
like 6 months out of the year. You can't open your windows, and like it's just not something people do a lot here. I mean, I guess my perspective though is like it's my home, and like somebody's come to
that's
work in my home to do a job that I'm paying them a lot of money to do. Like it should be done the way that I want it, and like not in a mean way. And also it saves them a bunch of money if I just give them all this.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. I'm like, maybe they're buying cheap cleaning products just to save themselves and make a bigger profit, which makes complete sense. So, wouldn't
Yeah.
you technically be increasing their profit if you provided all the products?
There's like a language barrier a lot of times. Yeah, like my cleaning lady doesn't speak a ton of English. I'm always like Google translating, which also makes it easier for me to like ask her things because I'll just send it in a text. I don't like to be like
Oh, yeah.
confrontational because I do feel like, oh, I don't want to like complain or like, because I just like love my cleaning lady. I've known her forever. And she's like the most wonderful person ever. So I don't want to offend her either. But
Mhm.
I think we're just in like a really comfortable place. So that's nice.
Yeah.
Yes. No, same. And like I speak Spanish, so it's not like it's a language barrier. I assumed that she knew best because she's a pro,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, whatever you think. And I think that it's an area that I think because it's mostly hard surface cleaners that we're mostly talking about, like it doesn't last on the surface as long. But I mean, I'm excited to hear what you brought, Lena, because it's
What
it's
about
our
me? You're like, I don't care what you
Me too, sorry.
go on, Lena. Let's start with you.
Okay, I mean, but if you don't have anything good, we better like save mine for the end.
Oh, trust me, I've
Like,
got
what?
something good.
Okay, so like my number one, I know that you said like you don't like concentrates, and I completely understand because years ago when Grove came out, they like had all these like I feel like, there was like seventh generation and like that was the first thing I tried. And then Grove came out and they had these like beautiful glass bottles and it was like more like a look thing. And they had all these like little concentrates. Like I totally invested in those. And I liked them, but I didn't feel like they all worked doing their jobs the way I liked. I didn't feel like the glass cleaner like still left streaks. And I don't know, I just felt like it was like so many things. And then I found out about a company, it's called Branch Basics, which is what I have in this bottle. This is a plastic bottle. They now have glass ones, but I'm not really opposed to having a plastic cleaning bottle. It works great. So I'm not going to buy the glass ones yet till this falls apart. But you basically like on this bottle, it says fill the water to here and then you fill the concentrate to here. So you literally put like this much in. So the bottle of concentrate, you get like a same size bottle as that and it lasts like forever and ever and ever. But I mean, we use this stuff to clean absolutely everything in my house. We use it to clean the floors, the windows, the countertops, the bathroom, like anything that you need to clean. And also the great thing about it is you can use it even to like clean dishes. So like I don't use it for that, but like there's definitely been times where we like ran out of dish soap and it's like 9 o'clock. We're not going to the store, but we have a sink full of dishes and like we'll just use Branch Basics tonight.
That's so smart. It sounds obvious when you talk about it because I've used them too. And isn't it the same basically solution for every product, but just different concentrates, right? Like is it the
Yeah.
same base? So if you're
Yeah.
making something for your dishes, it's the same as everything else that you're cleaning
Yeah,
in your
I
house.
think that they say like you can use different ratios for different things, and now they have this new laundry detergent that I haven't tried it yet. I'm a little bit confused because they used to say you could use this for laundry detergent, but I think maybe people weren't liking the way that it was working. So they have like a new formulation. That's like one thing that I cannot get my husband to switch over. So we use just like seventh generation for that. But like literally, I'm just like saying like you can clean everything and it works amazing. And there's like no smell. Your house will like smell clean and fresh. Like you walk in, you're like, your house feels fresh and like it feels clean. And the floors are shiny and your window, like it's like countertops are super shiny, but like it doesn't have, no, it just feels clean. And that's like my favorite kind of clean ever. And I even use it to like clean like tennis shoes, like my kids' shoes when they get dirty. Like, I mean, it can clean it for absolutely everything. Although I will say, it does not like sanitize. So like if you have like a really obnoxious flue going through your
Oh,
house and you want
yep.
to like sanitize, then you need something else, which I've heard this company called Force of Nature is good for that. And it's supposed to be amazing. But I went on their website and the way their product works is you like put it on a base and you like plug it in and it like puts these like bubbles and like ionates.
Mhm,
I don't know how it works, but I was like,
mhm.
that feels really complicated for like just sanitizing for like the 2% of the time I want to do that. So like I just bought like a bottle of like something else. I don't remember what it was just to have on hand. I'm like, I'm not doing all that for like the very rare occasions.
Range something you can find at like a big box store like a Target or a Walmart, or do you have to like
You can
only
only
be
buy it
where you
direct.
are? Okay.
You can only buy it direct from their website, but it'll literally last forever. Like it's amazing.
Mhm. So do you have any compromises?
Well, there was like one other thing I wanted to show you because Amy brought up her dish stuff. So this is my other thing. So I've been trying so hard to find something for my dishwasher that does no plastic. And for a while, Method, I think it was, had this thing in Target and it came in like a tin can and it was a powder. And you just like scoop it in and there was zero
Mhm.
plastic. And I like loved it, but then they stopped selling it. So I found this on Thrive Market and it's like their brand Rosie and it's like a powder and it works pretty good. Like I feel like we're like the type of house that like washes almost everything before we put in the dishwasher anyways, because
Same.
we like to
Yeah.
run it
Same.
on the like super fast cycle to like save water. And so we like, and also just to like efficiency, I feel like we always need to unload the dishwasher. So we do the fast cycle. So we wash everything and like this stuff works good. And like I've used other powders, like the one I was buying before. I thought it was like kind of good, but I'm happy with this one. Like, and it's also like way less expensive than the one that came in the metal container. This is in plastic, but it's like literally the only plastic, and it's not going inside like the water stream. I've been super happy with it.
That's your compromise because of the plastic.
I mean, I didn't really think of it as a compromise, but now that you say that, yeah. Okay, my compromise, like hands down, the only absolute thing that my housekeeper uses that is not Bridge Basics is the Clorox disposable toilet brush things. I just feel like it's just nice to like have her be able to like clean the toilet and then like throw the thing inside of a bag or like if my
Mm.
kids are sick and like throw a bowl over. Like I just don't want to clean the toilet brush. So that for me is my compromise. That's like Clorox, it's like hardcore as you get, but it doesn't really leave it smell and it's really clean and sanitary. Like I'm just like a germaphobe too. So
Well, that's it. It's like at what cost? Like you're basically on your hands and knees with a rag and a soap in a
yeah.
toilet,
Or like a
and
brush
we're
that's
asking
gonna
someone else to do it.
sit
Yeah. Ugh,
and you have to like wash it in the bathtub
that's
and then you
great.
have to wash the bathtub. I don't know. So anyways, that's like my big compromise, but completely worth it.
I love hearing all these, like, tips and inside secrets. Definitely helps when you're feeling insecure about decisions. So I'll wrap up with mine, and I have kind of like a journey to take you on, okay?
Okay.
Well, it
I'm
better be a good journey because you've been like building anticipation the whole time.
And I'm, like, desperate to prove Amy wrong, like, "No, Amy, don't question my cleaning skills." I mean, listen, I do not like cleaning, I'm known t as to be a messy person, but this is really good timing because a friend just came to visit from out of town, and that's, like, the ultimate motivation for me. If someone's coming over to my house, especially if they're staying with me, I will clean more than I ever do. Most of the time, I procrastinate everything, dishes, whatever. But if someone's coming to my home, you better believe it'll be the cleanest it's looked all year. And so I have very recent experience with a lot of these things I want to share. I've used so many different cleaning products over time. One that's very similar to Elena's share is this brand called Cleanery. So it's a similar concept. And there's a few things I really like about them. They do come in like these little boxes. I got these actually from the Natural Products Expo, one of them where I was introduced to their brand for the first time. And I like all their packaging. It's nice, like a box. Look, this is really funny. In the box is an old branch V6 bottle that I saved
for when I need another one.
So yeah, that does last a while because I can't even tell you last time I ordered that stuff. But Cleanery comes in these little sachets. And
Oh.
according to their website, they are 99% less waste than traditional products because of this. And similar to Branch, you get the bottle once or you use whatever bottle you want. And these really lightweight packets, almost like electrolyte packets, which we talked about in the previous episode. So they all have different formulations and you just add them into the bottle and there's instructions on the back. I don't know if I think you just fill the whole bottle up with warm water, put in these refill packets and shake it. And it works so well that I don't even question it. I love the smells. I love everything.
What are like the scents? Are they scented?
They must.
Do they like stay a
Literally
scent?
squirted it on my face
I
to
love
try to
it
smell
so
it.
much. I want to smell it.
Yeah. It smells like in between a supernatural cleaning product and a more traditional one. So
Okay.
it's kind of like this one must be like a lavender or something or like something like that. But
Okay.
there's a lemon and lime, there's a mint one. Ooh, there's a gardenia, but they all have different like types of formulations.
So
And
do you,
they
when
make
you're cleaning with that, do you use the whole? I mean, there's no way to use the whole bottle, or do you put the formulations in multiple bottles, or do you just like dump it
you
out?
would, yeah, I guess you would have to do. That's why I saved the Branch Basics one for the next
Uh-huh.
one I want to use. And then like they have a hand cleaner one, and I haven't opened it yet, but it comes with like a little pump, and the sachet is in here too. So I've been really, really happy with them. However, I would like to transition once I'm done with these because part of my sustainability initiative is like use what you have before you buy more. Or if you have more, because I'm always acquiring new things from like the trade shows I go to and all that. One that I'm so excited to try, and Lena, this is where you might be super excited about. Have either of you heard of this brand, True Earth?
Yes.
I haven't.
I am obsessed with them mostly because their
Mhm.
laundry detergent
Laundry.
sheets
Yep.
are phenomenal. I could go on and on about them, but I will say they come in these flat packages. So they're I don't know if there's any plastic. There might be both.
What
Speaking
is
of
it
B,
exactly? What are you showing us?
well, let me walk you through this a little bit. So first of
Okay.
all, I want to mention that Cleanery and True Earth are B Corp companies, which means they have really high standards socially, environmentally. They're very transparent. I love certified B Corporation
I
companies.
have a side note of a news article I read about B Corp today that makes me question the whole thing though. So I'll tell you.
Oh,
after.
really? Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be marketing. Let's be honest. It's like one of those feel good things for me so far. So they make a variety of different things. This I haven't used yet. This is their multi-surface cleaner. So just like Cleanery and Branch Basics, you take one of these strips. It's not open, so I'm not going to show you. And you put the strips in a bottle. And then just like you do with the sachets, you shake it up and it dissolves.
Okay.
I've been using their laundry sheets, and you just take the sheet and put it in your washing machine, and it works so well. I
Awesome.
also use their toilet cleaner, and you take a strip and they all look exactly the same. They're all these little white strips, but for different purposes. And you can take one of these strips and put it right into your toilet bowl and then scrub it. And it cleans my toilet so well.
Yeah, like a disposable paper or like, okay. So
Yeah.
whenever you shake it in the bottle, does the paper totally dissolve or is it like
Yeah.
floating?
It's like a gel. It's basically like a solid gel that
Oh.
dissolves completely. So it's not literally paper. It just like is strips. So
Okay.
this is the packaging, but inside they're like little strips that are super thin. So, like this is so great for storage too. One thing I don't like about the Cleanery is like I have all these boxes and bottles right now until I get rid of everything else. Then it'll be less waste. But these are so thin. And so, I mean, I guess
Good for travel.
in theory. But
Wow.
yes, I was going to say Amy too. Like I bring their laundry sheets with me when I travel if I need to do laundry, and it's just like takes up no room. So I'm a major True Earth fan. Plus, I really like they are very socially conscious. They're into like diversity, equity, inclusion. They have like statements about like land acknowledgement, like where they operate and like the native land. I mean, they're just like so socially aware, which is really important to me. And I've had really good experiences with the people at the companies.
I came across them when I was looking for products for camping. And I was like, I need something really lightweight that you can throw in a backpack or whatever. And also like throw into a bucket and wash clothes if you're like halfway through a camping trip. And it works really well. Yeah. There's no like lean it really dissolves. It's not like good particles. Cause I knew exactly what you're talking about where you're like, but like, I don't know.
We should do an episode on travel products too. I'm marking that down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
that
that.
because
I'm gonna wrap us up now.
Wait, I'm not done. I have two more things. I have two more quick things. Very important. Because these are two things that I don't feel great about. Okay.
Okay. Okay. This will make me feel better. So,
and this will make you feel better, Amy, is that sometimes I use Windex.
Oh,
how do you stand the smell?
That's what I'm saying. But you know what? The reason I use this recently is I could not for the life of me find my bottle of window cleaner, and I probably could have just used the bathroom cleaner or the all-purpose. But like in my head, I literally was like, no, I have to use a glass cleaner. It's going to smudge. And so I grabbed this. It's rare. I just, it's like when you're not organized or you don't know where something is and you're just like, I don't have time to look for it. I know where the Windex is one of those moments. It's all about the circumstances and the transition. The final product I want to mention is the one that I'm feeling like the most iffy about and like the biggest compromise. And Amy, I really hope that this makes you feel so much better. Right. This is from a small new brand. I don't know if I really trust them yet. Really unsure about having this in my house, but I just thought like it'd be really nice to show today. It's this company, I think it's pronounced Zia, maybe. I don't know. It just like, there's something about it that I'm like, do I trust this? But it does say here that it's born in LA, natural ingredients, non-toxic.
Ordered some of that this week. I feel really confident.
What? No, what are my chances? Yeah, so it's still in its box because I've been afraid to use it. Yeah, this is Amy's company and her amazing product. Like, how cool is this? I'm so excited to use this, but I was like, I'm gonna record a TikTok on this. Like, I'm gonna do the whole thing.
Which scent did you pick, Whitney?
First of all, like, what are the name of your scents? And then guess which one I picked.
Okay. The name of our 4 launch scents it's Welcome, Epilogue, Conversation, and Third Date Vibes. Did you make Third Date Vibes?
Of course I did. So it's for 2 reasons. One, Amy and I have like this long running joke. One time we went to this restaurant and we were trying to guess if somebody was on a first date.
It was so obvious they were on a first date. It's awkward, like getting to know you face.
So I was like a little sad you didn't call it first date, Amy.
I didn't want to have the smell of anxiety. So
yeah. Then I was like, okay. But the cool thing about it being called third date is it's like it's setting the mood. Like, oh, I'm feeling comfortable with you. I want a little romance. But for me, it's about the smell. So will you share what are the smells of third date vibes?
Yes. So third date it's a sensual smell. It has like saffron, clove, Turkish rose. It's really rose and incense heavy. But of course, scent is one of those fun experiences that like are so personal.
Perfect timing. Because like I said, I'm so sensitive to smells.
Yeah.
I want things to smell good. But as we talked about on, I think maybe our first episode, or maybe it was behind the scenes, I don't know. But like hearing your origin story about why you developed this, I think when you're talking about cleanliness, it's not just like surface level, but it's like, how does the air smell? How does it feel when you walk into your home? And so I often light candles, but it's kind of a pain and they can be expensive. So to have yours, I can't wait to just have it running and my house smelling good, or my home, I should say. I live in a condo.
Mine's coming. Yeah. It's shipped out. I'm like so excited to. It hasn't officially launched, so I feel like the cool hip person.
I didn't want to compromise on convenience, but the one thing I also didn't want to compromise on was formulation and like the fact that we are breathing this into our body. So like I am not as strict about cleaning products, but I am strict about food and the food quality and what we bring in and put into our bodies and put on our bodies. I wanted to just make it an easy choice for people to be like, okay to feel safe with the air they're breathing in their home and to allow it to like help them create a sanctuary that was totally safe.
I can't wait to fully experience it, Amy. And I'll share my brutally honest review in an upcoming episode.
I'm going to give it out to like all the teachers this year too for Teacher Appreciation.
What a great
because
gift. I know.
I've heard that like a lot of teachers, not my kids, but I've heard a lot of teachers put plugins in their classrooms. I feel so bad for those kids who have to sit in there with that like horrible, massive scent all day long. Like if I'd be so frustrated if my kids had.
It's an endocrine disruptor. So like you're talking about children who are already having their hormones start to go crazy. And then you put in an air freshener that has chemicals in them that are like just exacerbating that. And to your point, like if it's so cloying and strong.
Yeah.
That some kids are sensitive to smell. It's a large percentage of the population.
When you think about candle smoke and all that, like I wonder how dangerous that is for our health, or pets' health too. I mean, we did an episode on pets and like thinking about making sure our home is pet friendly, and candles are not always. So
yeah, Zaya is like 100% pet friendly. That was something that when we were doing it, I was like, I want it to be safe enough for a newborn to breathe in. So the chem list is super strict.
We should have talked about that in the last episode, but we'll just sprinkle in Zaya stuff here and there. And Amy, the other thing about it too is I think about, at least for someone like me, I don't clean every single day. I avoid cleaning as much as I possibly can, but I want my place to smell good. So I'm probably using scents in some way much more frequently than cleaning products. And I think in a way, they're even more important to be non-toxic because of how prevalent they are in our homes.
Excited to talk more about travel products, Whitney, that you brought up this episode.
For sure.
So I can't wait to hear what you guys have to.
Y'all are going to think I'm like bananas if you ever see me on an airplane, like what I brought the last time.
Me too.
No, me too.
Girl, like,
let's
talk about our crazy travel things because I want to know like how wild
normal life crazy
are. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. I can't wait.
Okay.
I'm so excited. Thank you guys for the recommendations. And cleaning products are an area that I want to make a conscious effort to clean up. So I'm excited to try some of the products you guys recommended today. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Please, if you like the content that you're hearing, subscribe because we have so many more recommendations and fun conversation for you to listen to. We're going to be talking about travel products, beauty products, more baby and children's products coming up. So, subscribe at, I was going to say subscribe at will. Subscribe at will. Subscribe if you will.
Subscribe. You don't have a choice.
All right. Well, thanks, guys.
We're going to end it there, Amy.